Okay, so the problems that we're going to do today are just taking it to the next step. So basically, like the ones that we went over yesterday, like from your homework, where you had already found what the intercept points are and then we graphed them. Basically, now we're putting it all together officially to do it as one problem. So starting with number 16, they give us y is equal to x plus 3. So we need to move to get all the variables on one side. So how do I go about doing that? Or what do I need to do first? Subtract x. So I have negative x plus y is equal to 3. And then my x-intercept would be what? Or what do I write, I guess, is the first step. What I should say.
Negative x equals 3.
Yep. And so then x is equal to what? Or what do I do to get x, I guess?
Divide by -1.
Yep, divide by -1. So that gives me x is equal to 3 divided by -1 would be -3. So that's my x-intercept. How about y?
Y equals 3.
Y is equal to 3. And that one's already reduced, or not reduced, but solved. So then I can graph it. So I put the point, so where x is -3, so we go 1, 2, 3. Then y is 3, we go up 3. And then just connect. Let's see. 18. Y is equal to 4x minus 8. So what do I do for this one?
Subtract 4x on the side.
Subtract 4x. So I have negative 4x plus y is equal to -8. So how do I get my x-intercept? 4x equals -8. And then what do I do?
You
Divide by -4. So x is equal to -8 divided by -4 is 2. So then what about y? Y equals -8. Alright, so we put x equal to 2, so we go right 2. And then y is -8, so we go down to 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then connect. Alright, number 20. Y is equal to -2 plus 8x. So what do I need to do first?
Subtract 8x.
Yep, so even though it's in a different spot than normal, we still do the same thing. So subtract the 8x. So -8x plus y is equal to -2. And then how do I find my x-intercept?
-8x equals -2.
-8x equals -2. Then what?
Divide by -8.
Divide by -8. So I get x is equal to
Oh, wait.
Yep, 1 over 4. So just treat it like a normal fraction and just reduce it down as much as possible. And the negatives go away, so it's going to be 1/4. And then what about y? Y equals -2. So then when I go to graph it, so x is 1/4, so you're just trying to get, you know, about 1/4 of the way between. I'm not going to get a ruler out and measure, just, you know, approximately where it would be. And then y is -2, so down to, oh, that's not going to be a straight line. So, all right, and let's do one more. Number 24, 8x minus 5y is equal to 80. So this one, the stuff, I think it's funny that they start out with the ones that are not set up for you, and then they go into the ones that are set up. It's kind of like, okay, whatever. But anyway, so this one's already got everything on the same side, so how do I find my x-intercept for one like this?
8x equals 80.
And then what?
Divide 8.
80 divided by 8
10.
is 10. And then for y?
5y equals 80.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget the negative. This one's a little different than the other ones because it actually has something with the y. We didn't just get to copy it down, which I know y'all had ones like that in the problems the other day, but still. So then what?
Divide by -5.
Divide by -5. 80 divided by -5.
16.
Yes. And it'll be negative. So this one, it's actually good that we have this one. So these numbers are pretty big, and so you'd probably take up most of your page if you were going to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 2s for this one. So and just if you're going to count by 2s, I would just ask that you note that. So like I'm going to show that that's a 2 and that's a -2 there. Like that's what each of those is representing, is that I'm going by 2 just so that I can see, you know, whatever. So x is 10, so I'm counting in increments of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 5 lines over, but that's to represent 10. And then y is -16, so then I need to go down 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And so my graph is still kind of big, but not unreasonable to deal with. If I had had like 9 and 15 or something like that, I would probably have counted in increments of 3. So if they're even numbers, I would do 2. If they're odd, you can do it in increments of 3. And if you're like, I don't like that, I just want to count by 1s, totally fine. I'm just trying to save you some space on your paper. If you ended up with some really big numbers for some reason, like say you had like all the way out to 30, I'd count by like 5s or something like that. But just note whatever you're counting by. If it's 1, you don't need to worry about it. If it is something, you know, whatever. Any questions about these? Seem to be okay with solving them, so, and you seem to know how to plot points. So I think if we can put it all together, we should be good, right? So let's see. In addition to the problems I gave you the other day, let's do 17, 19, 21. 21 is going to have is going to end up having a fraction in it. So again, just treat it like we did with when we got the 1/4. Just get it approximately where it would fall. And 23 will be the last one. So And then, let's see, well, I can stop.